Good morning again. My name is Frank Moore. I'm the director of the Kimberly Green Latin American Caribbean Center at FIU, and on behalf of President Rosenberg, Dean Stack, and the university, welcome to FIU and to the 4th Annual Hemispheric Security Conference. It's really great to see all of you here, some new faces and some old faces, I guess. I didn't prepare for that very well. I think, as many of you know and who've participated in this conference, the idea that Brian Fonseca, the director of the Gordon Institute, and myself have had was to create a forum where we can bring academics, policymakers, faculty, students to one area to discuss the complex, evolving security issues of the region, which are pressing and are at the top of everyone's mind, including those who live in the Western Hemisphere, especially when you consider the issues of citizen insecurity, transnational criminal organizations, and other things. And so we are just delighted to be able to be doing this for the last few years and to see such a great lineup of folks that you'll be hearing from during the course of the day. You should all have the programs. We're not going to be doing introductions other than the ones that I'm going to make. The bios are all there in front of you to take a look at, and so reading those bios would simply take too much time from the interaction we're going to have. The format for the day is not formal presentations. We prefer to do what we call sort of Davos style, where we have a conversation with the panelists and with the experts, followed by engagement, conversation, interaction, and Q&A with the audience, again, made up of members of the press, students, faculty, business people from the community. And our hope into the future, I should add, was to expand this even further to bring more people from the region, establish partnerships where we can have a 2-day conference where one would be in Miami and the other one in Latin America. More to come on our plans for the future. So with that, let me start by first introducing my boss and someone who has mentored me really since I was a graduate student and gave me my first job, and he says he's giving me my last job. The founding dean of the Stephen J. Green School of International and Public Affairs, Dr. John Stack.
Thanks, Frank. I'm thrilled to be here, and welcome to FIU. It's a pleasure to be with you for what has become an important annual gathering of top minds in hemispheric security and defense matters. Nothing could be more important from my perspective. Today we will discuss some of the most pressing security issues affecting the hemisphere, from combating illicit non-state actors and the impact of fake news in the region to the role of external state actors on regional security. I'm certain that the crisis in Venezuela will come up throughout the day. How could it not? The situation in Venezuela is dire, and the impacts of the political and humanitarian crisis extends well beyond Venezuela. As you know, South Florida is home to the largest Venezuelan diaspora community in the United States, many of whom attend our university. I know that many in this room are dedicated to a peaceful solution to the crisis that will alleviate suffering of the Venezuelan people and restore the democratic rule of law. FIU is committed to offering such venues for the open discussion of Venezuela's future, and indeed, the future of the hemisphere. 2 weeks ago, the House Foreign Affairs Committee held 5 hearings on the impact of China's global engagement on U.S. national and global issues. It illustrates the importance of understanding China's rise and the challenges and opportunities that come with it. I am proud that we all have that we have all three of the experts that testified before Congress on Chinese engagement in the Western Hemisphere with us today, including one of FIU's own. You can guess who that might be. It is critical that we continue deepening our understanding of the evolving and complex political and security environments in the hemisphere, and of course its impact on the citizens of the region. We are proud to continue encouraging a dialogue. Dialogue is really important these days. Proud to continue encouraging a dialogue dedicated to advancing hemispheric security and stability. And with that, we will advance human rights undoubtedly. I want to thank all of you for being here. Before we begin, I want to recognize the substantive work of Frank Mora, the director of the Kimberly Green Latin American and Caribbean Center, and Brian Fonseca, the director of the Jack D. Gordon Institute for Public Policy. He will tell you, I tell him all the time, I created the National Security Program at the Gordon Institute, and he's taken it to far higher levels than I ever did. Along with their teams, these two individuals have done a tremendous job organizing this conference. The thought that it could be held every other year in Latin America, I think is wonderful, and I think that should be a goal of what we do here today. Your tireless work, Frank, Brian, and everyone here is appreciated and evident by the success of this, what is it, third, Frank? Or it's fourth conference. And as always, I want to send a special thank you to the United States Southern Command for the extensive partnership with the Green School and across the university. We are always honored to collaborate with such a prestigious institution, such a vital institution, and we hope to continue this partnership for years to come. For Southcom, everybody. On that note, I want to recognize Southcom representatives joining us today and give a special thanks to Admiral Craig Fowler, Southcom's combat commander. Stand up. So, I don't have anything else to say but to welcome Frank back to speak. Welcome, everybody. I am just thrilled you're here.